Mentally, strong, like he says, there is no coach. I said, well, okay, but we need to, yeah, I'm doing it. So mentally, he's locked in. And that's very, I'll say very rare amongst, I'll say triathletes, or pretty much almost a lot of athletes that really gung-ho get it done.
Today's workout puts us 12 days out from Ironman Florida. It's been a bittersweet ride these past 9 months training for this epic event. It's sad because all the training is over. I'm literally just spinning my wheels at this point. In triathlon, they say the hay is in the barn, meaning that what is done is done. There's nothing else you can really do to change the outcome of the race. You're as fit as you're gonna be. So right now it's just about keeping the body mobile and active. It's a scary thought. And I know I play like this super Terminator machine, but the reality is, it's like anything can happen on race day. Anything can go wrong. My body can shut down. Injury, mechanical failure, a host of other things that are unknown. So just gotta stay vigilant, stick to the plan, and not think about those things, even though it's hard not to, because they are there. Tomorrow I'm heading out to Panama City Beach for Ironman Florida. My goal is to eliminate as many of the variables that I can control as possible. I actually hired VeloFix, they're a mobile bike service company, to come out and get my triathlon bike in tip-top shape. This is the first time I've given it a tune-up since I started triathlon, and the mechanic was like, bro, it was way overdue. So that felt fantastic to get that weight off my shoulders and give me a little bit of peace of mind when I jump on the bike after swimming 2.4 miles in the ocean. So thank you, VeloFix, for getting me in tip-top shape.
Today we're doing a major tune, so we pulled everything off. We put all the moving parts of the drivetrain in the ultrasonic cleaner. We're going to turn that on and run that for 15 minutes. We'll throw the crank on there at some point. And cleaning, right now I just spray down these derailleurs, let everything soak in there with the lube so it can break down all the gunk and nastiness, clean it off. It'll also help keep everything moving, and it's going to keep everything moving freely. It's going to prevent rust. It's also going to prevent stuff from sticking to it. And then I'm going to clean the bike completely, true the wheels up, get everything cleaned up on those, put everything back together. And then tune the derailleurs, hopefully test ride it and everything's perfect. If not, gonna come make some minor adjustments and get it going until it's perfect.
I don't want you to leave.
Why?
You're staying here.
I gotta go swim with the sharks.
You're staying here.
Aw.
You're staying here. Stay here.
I've never done a lot of like team sports. It's always been individual stuff. As a kid, I was always swimming in my pool or always riding on my bike throughout the neighborhoods or skateboarding. Really enjoyed backpacking a lot. Was part of the Boy Scouts of America. Became an Eagle Scout, so spent a lot of times in the outdoors, a lot of hiking. Military school for 5 years, did tons and tons of PT and all types of physical fitness. In high school, I was a bodybuilder. My whole existence has revolved around working out, sweating, and exercise. It's been basically a cornerstone of my life.
It is November 3rd, 3:36 p.m. Where are we at right now?
It's the 2nd of November
That is, okay.
at 3:36 p.m. and we are currently 618 miles away. We should get there in about 9 hours, and we're almost to Marshall, Texas.
How much longer is to Louisiana?
We are 20 miles away from Louisiana.
Sweet. Running at a daylight today, so we'll be driving through the night to get there. But the plan is get to Florida, get to bed, and start this Ironman journey. It's gonna be great. We are just south of Jackson, Mississippi, heading down to Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg? Is that how you say it? Hattiesburg? Hattiesburg, Mississippi. You missed a spot over there.
He'd always been athletic. I mean, he's a competitor. It's literally in his blood. He doesn't know how to not be competitive, especially when he had a sibling rivalry. You know, he was always in competition, whether it was for mom or dad's attention or to be the best in karate. He just couldn't not be the best. There was nobody, there might have been like people that were out there that were just born naturally more athletic, but nobody had the heart that he did.
Hey man.
Welcome home.
Thank you, thank you.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, good, good. Welcome home. Hey Dawn. How are you?
What's up?
Good to see you. How was your drive? Good.
David drove the whole way.
Yeah, so did I.
I offer.
I'm a driver though, I like driving.
I know, he prefers it, so. Oh yeah.
My voice is out, but I feel fantastic.
Good.
This is a lot nicer than Waco for sure.
Yeah.
Isn't it beautiful? Have you been down to the beach?
The year I did this one, not to scare you, but so 2008. We were standing on the we were standing on the shore,
Nothing.
and it was 4-foot waves breaking,
Yeah.
coming in, and we're all standing there. And this is my first one, so I'm standing there going, "How the hell do you swim in that?"
The Ironman Florida is one Ironman I'm most familiar with. I've been out there 7 times to watch. I participated once, but the swim can be very daunting. It's in the ocean. In the Gulf, it can be as smooth as glass on days, and I've seen it in races where we've got swells 5 feet and above swells. But it's a 2-loop swim. You actually get to run across the beach in between the loops, which is kind of neat. You may get to see that you're an athlete. I look forward to seeing Kostas. Then you head out on the bike. Long transition from the swim exit to the bike. The bike is a great big loop. It's actually pretty friendly. We're able to get out on course and go see the riders at a certain spot, which is easy to get to and easy to get back to transition to get ready for the run. The run again is pancake flat. Awesome, it's a 2-loop. It runs along kind of the beachfront, one of their main streets down there in Panama City. Heads out towards a park that's really cool out there, and they loop it and come back, and then they do it all over again.
Last 10 miles, we're going backwards on the bike course. Just check out the beauty. Don't forget to soak in the beauty of what you're doing. Enjoy the experience.
I didn't know I'd be doing 2 races this week. I didn't really mention this, but yesterday on the drive over here, I was just like coughing nonstop. And I knew that something was attacking my body, but I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. So here I am, drinking tea and racing to get my body back in shape.
First breakfast in Panama City, sipping on the Rwanda blend, single origin coffee, trying to get this body rehabilitated. I think this is all I need, just a cup of coffee, and I'll be feeling better. How's your breakfast?
Really good.
No matter rain, sleet, snow, ice, cold, hot, he didn't care. He would run to the gym and back. So he was training to join the Marine Corps since he was literally like 14 years old. Then he found Marine Military Academy down in Harlingen, Texas. And after his first year, I believe he won Cadet of the Year that year, like just his first year there. If not his first, it was his second. He was in 8th grade. And when he came back, he was a completely different person. I mean, everything had to be exactly the way that the military trains you to be. His mentality was even more driven towards perfection and competitiveness and being the best and putting your all into it. There's not a thing where my brother would come in and he wouldn't give it his all. If he wouldn't give it his all, he wasn't gonna do it. So that's what it took to build the perfect Marine, right? And then when he came back from military school, he made me watch this movie called Soldier. And in the movie, the soldier's name is Todd. And he loved that movie. I think I watched it over 100 times that summer with him. And that is literally the soldier he wanted to become and trained to be. And not in just like a military sense, but even in real life and practical sense, he was that soldier. He woke up and he did things by the book every single day to become the absolute best machine, is the word he would use, the best machine he could be.
Guys, we are here at Ironman Florida at the Ironman Village. The air is electric, the place is packed up, there's long lines, all the athletes are checking in. I'm excited. We're going to pick up our packets to put all of our gear in for the race, let the race director know that we are here, and get settled in for an awesome weekend of racing.
Ironman, for some, it's simply just a bucket list, a check off, one and done. But I'd say the greater majority of it really want that challenge of they go into it with the thing, well, they think they can't. And to prove them to themselves that they can and get out there, and then they do it and they think, oh gosh, I want to do it again. And they say, oh, I'll never do it again. And myself included, it took me 7 years to do my second one. But the challenge of just that hard thing, there's such a small percentage of the population that actually finishes it. And when I say finish, most don't make it to the starting line. They start to train, and then they make it to the starting line, and then the dropout rate is pretty high typically on each event because of the nature of the difficulty. So, but they still come back. We still pay to do it. We do it to ourselves, and ultimately we love it. It's kind of, I call it sick fun.
No Ironman Village is complete without stopping by the official beer sponsor of Ironman, Athletic Brewing Company. I got turned on to these about a year ago and I absolutely fell in love with them, and I've been drinking them religiously ever since my first Ironman. So let's go see what they have to offer, crack a cold one, and get the rest of this day started. I dig it. I dig it, Athletic Brewing Company. I can rock with this.
Oh, it's all right, Coach Gerald. I think we're gonna be good.
You'll be fine. It was just more safety bag here.
Packing the last transition bag here, the bike bag, my favorite of the three sports. Got my awesome helmet, my Wizard of Oz red cycling shoes, and my official Ironman race socks. Hopefully these will bring me 112 miles of good luck. Coach Gerald, anything else I need in the bike bag? I got shoes, socks, and a helmet.
Nutrition?
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine if I got on the bike and like left my nutrition?
I could.
I know they have like stuff out there, but I certainly don't want to be stopping and getting nutrition on the course. All the nutrition.
Quick tips on ocean water swimming.
So in this one, we've got a couple little sandbars. So it gets deep here. You're gonna kind of walk through that one. Then the shallow, you can see it's almost ankle deep out there. And then the second one, you kind of walk a little bit and then you can find a spot, dive in and go.
Don't run in parallel, use all of the beach to run.
All of the beach when you come around that loop. You can cut it diagonal, but you're in that water longer walking. The big muscles require more oxygen. The legs, the more you can swim in that and not have resistance, these require less oxygen. So
and no high kicks getting in the water.
No high knees.
No high knees.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
What do you think, Bob?
Oh, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Dropping in from the top of the Milky Way. Hang ten so hot, making big waves. Once you got it, you don't want it any other way. All gas, no brakes. Pulling up like a boss, I'm in VIP. Never seen. I got that superstar energy. I got the superstar energy.
I'll tell you what, that salt water in the ocean is like 10 times better than any lake or any river in Texas, I tell you.
Oh yeah. Don't forget, put a little mint in your bento box or in transition to take that sharp salt taste we have right now after the swim.
Okay.
On the bike, so kind of just suck on a little bit. It kind of takes that salt, that really sharp salt taste away.
Little mints.
Yeah, just a little mint in your bento.
All right.
Yeah.
We have to go to a restaurant tonight that serves mints.
Serves mints, yeah. Just get a little mint, just have it in there. Even if you don't eat it or whatever, just kind of suck on a little bit. It really helps curb.
They give you water too, right?
Yeah.
On your after your first loop, you kind of rinse out your mouth a little
rinse
bit.
out the mouth first. Yep.
Okay.
I knew that having a coach in my corner would be paramount to my success. I needed to streamline the training process and maximize efficiency. Having Coach Gerald has allowed me to do all those things. Anytime there is an issue that's brought up, I can make a quick phone call and say, hey, this is what's going on. You know, can we go back to the drawing board and redo the schedule? Or, you know, how can we work around injuries? I suffered some bruised ribs earlier this year. I had a bad bike accident and I had to rearrange my training to compensate for that. I also had some severe tendonitis in my right ankle and had to like scale back on the running and add more biking and swimming to the mix. Having a coach with you during those moments really helps give you that confidence and clarity whenever you're like dialing it in to complete the Ironman.
This is the morning before Ironman Florida, and as you can tell, my voice is still pretty raspy, but I feel good though. So all of this noise that you hear from me is just up in here. Thank God, because I was so worried that like I would have body aches or whatever, and that would make for a long Ironmans. It definitely feels great to be surrounded by so many wonderful people, having my sister here, my coach, Dawn and David, just having all these people around me. It's a different experience than last year. I'm not worried too much about the waves or the bike. It's just a matter of like, how far can I push myself on the run? I don't know if it's gonna be 10 miles or 15 miles before this Ironman breaks me, but the goal is just to keep pushing and pushing and pushing for as long as possible before I say, you know what, let's go to plan B, which is gonna be like a walk-run strategy. We'll see. We'll see what the body can do tomorrow. What's up, Coach? Got some bags here for you. I got goodie bags for you.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Getting it done over here.
All right.
So I guess we're gonna check in over here?
Yeah, check in over here. And then I'll explain if you didn't already figure it out when you get in there. And we're gonna go down and see the water, Bob's.
I asked David some last minute questions, so I left this no water here. I'm gonna bring all the bottles to the bike tomorrow.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. All your nutrition in the morning.
That's awesome. Man, this whole, all these cars coming in here is a little chaotic. Okay. I pumped up to 100 PSI and I left my pump at the car.
100 should be good, right?
Yeah, you probably want to let just a touch out.
You don't think it's gonna deflate overnight? A little bit?
It will deflate overnight, but you'd rather have it deflate than to, you put them at 100, what do you like to run them at?
At 95?
Okay, well, I'm just thinking about the heat, the direct sun.
Yeah.
You don't want it to go over, so.
Oh, you think it'll make.
But they're rated at 120, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
Race strategy going into Florida, there's obviously going to be the unknown ocean aspect of it. And what's really great about swimming in an ocean versus swimming in a river or a lake is it's very unpredictable. You can be having jellyfish with each stroke of the swim, just cupping jellyfish. And I just don't know how bad the jellyfish are gonna be that day. Obviously there's also undercurrents as well in the ocean that could be pulling you. So you could be literally swimming in place, like on a treadmill in the ocean because the water's just pulling you as you're trying to swim. There's so many unknown factors in the ocean and I love it. I love that mystery and I love that challenge that the ocean brings. So I'm just gonna go as hard as I can on the ocean swim. And I know so many people are afraid of it, but I'm excited for it. That's one of my favorite sports out of the three is swimming. I don't know, maybe having my dad being a Greek immigrant and having an in-ground pool and having the ocean as such a backbone of my life, I'm excited for it.
Good to go. Need pepper. I'm good to go. Maybe I don't need pepper. Maybe it's maybe destroy my body on the run.
Yeah.
Got that. Yeah. Oh goodness.
I think what I'm taking away from this Ironman, even before it starts, is there's going to be challenges in your life that are going to be basically so hard and so tough to overcome. And even when you're faced with those big moments in your life, you're not always ready to tackle them. Obviously, I'm not ready to tackle the Ironman today in my state, but it's just about buckling down and getting it done at any cost and in any state. And you're not always ready to face the challenge ahead, and you just have to do it regardless. You don't always have the tools and the resources to be successful, but you have to kind of rely on your own strength and dig within yourself to just make it happen. And that's what today's all about, because I'm sure somebody somewhere would probably pull out of the race in my state, but you just have to use the tools that you have and the resources that you have and get it done regardless. That's what today is all about, and that's what's going to make this Ironman very special. It's just getting it done no matter the circumstances, no matter the health. Yeah, there you go. Case in point.
Coach, what do you think?
He's ready. He's a little behind, little under the weather a little bit, but you know what? That's what happens. Ironman, you got to just roll with the punches, and we'll get it done today, one way or the other. So, yeah, now's the wait. We hurry up and wait.
Sun is slipping under. I'm nervous now. I'm counting down. The darkness brings the hunger. They're hiding now, but they're coming out. God, and so good at pretending I don't see the clock ticking away. Until I hear them crawling. Night after night, they find a way to hold me. My mind still is high. The shadows. My mind still is high. In the shadows. I will run, I will fight, I will scream, I will see the light. In the
All right, guys, that swim was fantastic. I got stung by one jellyfish on the second loop, which kind of woke me up a little bit. It's fantastic, actually. Highly recommend at least one jellyfish sting. Get the blood going, get the adrenaline pumping. Just coming back in each time, like the current was pulling you out, so you had to like paddle extra hard to get into shore. Add a little extra cherry to the swim. Let's go ride 112 miles. Beautiful Floridian roads. It's gonna be fantastic.
God, I'm low. God, my soul, all of my thoughts be dark like coal. Face down in the water, I float. I try to speak my mind, but I choke. I'm on a tightrope, tired, I can't cope. No lying, no hope, the lying might show. Up to the party, y'all don't want smoke. Energize the body, raise up the arm. Right now, tell me who you are, get in the car. Right now, reach for the stars, I want it all. Right now, tell me who you are, get in the car. Right now, reach for the stars, I want it all. Right now. Get in the car right now. Reach for the stars, I want it all. Right now, just into the car, fighting a war. Right now, we shitting with y'all, I'm in the store. Right, put your feet on the ground, look around. It's the siege and we back in your town, burning it down. You've been waiting too long for the sound. Time is now, got you hanging on every single word, verb and now. Get you what you been waiting for now, what you praying for. This ain't an issue, that's we slaving for. Get you another hit, I know you craving more. I'm shifting in my, I'm about to go Super Saiyan boy.
We got spirit, yes we do. We got spirit, how about you?
Here and the palm of my hand.
Mile 93 of the bike course. Just want to dedicate this bike to Sophie and Isabella. All the bike rallies we did, pulling hundreds of pounds of my daughters throughout North Texas. And today, now that I don't have them, it's like they've released a caged demon. I'm just able to come out here and destroy this course. So, Sophie, Isabella, this bike course is dedicated to you girls. The bike was fast, flat, and boring, which is not a bad thing. Started feeling pretty heavy fatigue around mile 75, mile 80. But overall, I think I'm impressed with my time. So the goal now is 10 miles without shutting down. And then from there, God only knows. Ice.
Like winds push the mast, and Lord knows we can't lose. Won't hold on to the sins of our past, 'cause Lord knows there's no use.
Rodney got it.
There's no turning. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. There's no turning back.
And in mile 15, he's as any Ironman is pretty starting to either broken or getting to be broken. And I will tell him, think about the celebration with his family. Think about the inspiration for his girls. Think about the inspiration of so many that he influences, and to get it done, just that inspiration to dig inside and keep that with him because he does so much for so many others. That's what's going to keep him going. And that fight that I know he has to try and bring that out.
And no matter how hard it gets, and no matter how much my body breaks down, I have to just keep moving forward. And that's the mantra that I'll be using during this Ironman. And that's what has carried me across the last Ironman that I did, was just to keep moving forward no matter how hard it gets.
The winning formula here: Red Bull, ice water, potato chips. Suck the potato chips, spit them out. That's the trick.
Here, ice.
Can I pour that in there?
Yes, you can.
You're so sweet.
Rachel.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Keep on pushing, brother.
We were mile 20 into the Ironman marathon. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Mentally, I'm strong, just my body is like breaking down. It's just the final hurrah right now. 6.2 miles back to the finish line. So I'm gonna really snap it, pick it up, and finish strong. That's the goal anyway. Let's see what the body does.
It can't get better than this. It can't get better. It can't get better. It can't get better than this. Tell you all about it. Let me show you. It can't get better than this. Have you seen it? Have you heard it? Have you seen it? It can't get better than this.
Thanks for your help, Yana.
You're welcome.
Funny. Not funny at all. Making fun of a crippled man. Making fun of the marginalized. That can get you canceled. Stop it. Going to bed.
How can you even get to the bed?
Might sleep on the floor. I don't know.
I kind of want to watch you get in bed. Can you even get in your bed?
I'll sleep better with my metal, but
I'm not going downstairs to get it. You can go get it. Hey, this bunk bed right here, it's a lot shorter, closer to the ground, and easier to get in. All right, guys, he just finished a Ironman.
Yeah.
And it's 2.4 mile swim, 112 miles on a bike,
got it down.
and 26.2
Yeah, it's a marathon.
miles running.
Yeah.
He did all that today in like 14 and a half hours.
Getting up the stairs was harder than the Ironman.
And yeah, guys.
I think I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
Bye.